Hey friends, how's it going? It's your boy Justin Hazel here. I had a request to take a further look at the main riff in Shelby County Jail by Keith Urban. I did more of a fuller like general tutorial of that song in my last video, so you can check that out. I'm just going to be looking honestly mostly at the right hand for this main riff. Excuse me. So, which is this one? Okay. Now, I mean, I don't even know if I have it fully right, but it's hopefully does enough justice to be able to pull it off. I mean, I've performed it before, but yeah, I'll do the best I can to show you what I do. It might not be exactly what he does, but hopefully it sounds close enough. If you hear something that sounds more like more like his riff and you want to tweak it or something, then go ahead and do that. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to go through this little bit by little bit for the things going on, and then yeah, hopefully that will really help you. So first of all, the actual fret hand here, what you're doing is you have a type of like, that rock E power chord, right? And we're going to be focusing on the low E and A strings, all right, this whole time. If you hear other strings ring out, that's just, don't worry about it, all right? We're in the key of rocky. I mean, anything can ring out and it's cool. So, but we're going to focus on the low E and the low A strings, all right? Now, just to show you this part first, for demonstration, I'm not going to do what he does in the right hand, but just to show it to you for the sake of getting the right frets and everything. So again, I'm just going to strum both the low E and A strings to just keep things simple right now. Later on, if you want to strum particular strings in the or pick particular strings in the riff, then go ahead. All right, so the riff is something like this. Sorry, I'm just gonna do that quickly again. Okay, so you can practice that, and hopefully you can get just the mechanics of that left hand part going. All right, now we're gonna focus mostly on the right hand here. Okay, so first what's going on is you have this kind of rhythmic thing going, right? Da 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 da. So I think he's kind of hitting mostly like the bridge here a bit while he's like picking it, or kind of just hitting the string at the same time. It's like that sound, right? All right, so you can practice that just going like this, seeing if you can get that somewhat of that sound, just the low E string ringing out a bit, with otherwise it kind of a bit of a muted rhythmic feel as well. Okay, and yeah, again, it's just focusing on the low E and A strings. That's it. If other strings ring out a little bit or something, that's okay. It's not a big deal, right? Okay, now a good thing to do would be able to sing and play the riff at the same time. So you could, once you get comfortable with this, all right, you don't have to be a singer, but this will really help when you go to do the fret hand part. So da 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 da. Okay, now if you need to go back and practice that, that would be good to do. It will be beneficial for you for learning the riff as a whole. All right, now what I'm going to do is show you the first part of the riff, and I'm just going to go really slow. I'm kind of going to exaggerate things, so it's not like you have to go like this and this and this, right? But I'm just going to, for the sake of showing you when I'm going up, when I'm going down, etc., I'm just going to really exaggerate it to show you that, okay? But you don't have to actually do that. You're probably going to hang out mostly just kind of like right here, all right? All right? So I'm saying all right as if you're going to respond. Okay, so let's take a look at the riff here. And hopefully you have the fret, the main riff down with the fret hand. Okay, so again, just the first the low E and the A strings, just focusing on those. Okay, don't worry about trying to pick out any particular string. All right, so you start out with that rhythmic downstroke, right? Okay, and then when you do this, you do the hammer on and you strum down and go. Okay, so it'd be, so the rhythmic thing, and then I do a downstroke there. Sometimes I even do an upstroke, but for now, just stick with one way of doing it, and then you can alter things as you feel that works for you. Okay, so do that again, and I'm gonna go into the next little part, which will then be like the first half of the riff. So. All right, so the rhythmic part, and then downstroke, and then the rhythmic part, and then upstroke, upstroke, and then the rhythmic part. Okay. All right. Now don't worry about like which I'm making like ring out or mute or whatever at this point. Don't really worry about that. You'll find what you like the more you play it, and then the faster you're able to do it. Okay. But just start super slow. Don't really worry about what's for now. For purposes now, let's just say everything rings out. Okay. Then you'll be able to add in more rhythmic parts as you learn as you get everything synchronized with both hands and the riff and so on. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play that again. If you still need to work on that, then go back and do the best you can to get that, flowing. Just start slow, and then you can work your way up from there. All right, so you'll start slow. Okay. And then you can go faster. All right. Again, don't worry about that other note or whatever you heard. That's just nothing. So, all right, if that happens to you, don't worry about it. You'll be able to control it more the more you play it. Now I'm going to play like I said, I'm going to play the first half, and then I'm going to go into the next part. Okay? So here we go. And then da, da, and then rhythmic da, and then back to the beginning. All right, I'm going to do that again, and what you might want to do is watch it again this time. Hopefully I don't mess it up. If I do, I will play it again, and then watch the right version, and go back and see if you can follow along. If you can't, just stop it, play up to a part you can do, and then try like the next little part, and then do the same thing. Review, and then try the next little new part. All right, that's how you'll make good progress. Even though it's slow at first, it's going to be totally worth it in the end. All right, so I'm going to play through the whole riff nice and slow, and hopefully that can be the part that you just check out and check out. All right, so. Can play it again. Okay, once you have that, so now I'm assuming you have learned that and can do that, at that pace. Okay, then you can start to pick things up. All right. So again, that might take you a couple weeks or more. It took me a long time to get this. So, all right. So I'm gonna kind of play it a bit faster, just so you can hear more of it in, I guess, context of the feel of the song. Okay, and then you can play along with that as well if you like. So we'll just call this like the medium rate or medium speed. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you might notice there's maybe some extra stuff going on here that I didn't do in the slow version. All right, that just kind of naturally happens. The more you, like you get something, you're kind of things just in the moment you just kind of get it caught up. Like for me, I'm not hearing like every single little thing. I'm hearing more like a da 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 da. I'm hearing more like da 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 da. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it's just right. So again, that's not for you right now. But the more you get into it and really get into the groove and feel it by starting slow, you have to start slow first and do that step-by-step thing that I showed you right from da 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 da. Okay. When you do that and you get all that locked down, and then you go and you kind of get more into the groove of it and you start to speed it up from there, then yeah, you're going to be able to do things a little more freely and either add stuff or subtract stuff or whatever to make it sound as smooth as you think it should be, or make it sound how you think it should sound. Okay, so do the best you can with that. That's the main idea for the riff. So again, just I'll play it slow, and then I'll play it kind of medium, and then I'll play it fast, just so you can hear it, how it can all come together. So just that, right? Okay. I'll play. Now you might even have noticed there I did a little up strum where I typically showed you a down stroke, which is fine. You can do either or. Okay, but just stick with one thing, one way of doing it for now. Once you got that one way of doing it, then you can increase the speed from there. So that being said, I'm going to go into more of like a medium pace. All right, now I'll go. I'll try to do it his speed. Okay, so even there, like I'm noticing I might be adding in some extra stuff to almost like help keep it together, or subtracting stuff to help keep it together, because it's a little different when you're playing it fast than slow. But the main core like structure is there, and that's what I'm hoping to give you. And then hopefully from there, then you can do what you feel and make little tweaks which you feel you would like to do in order to get this sound how you think it should be. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you need any more help with that. Just be patient. It took me a long time to get that. Again, go back to, I think it's around 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes or so. Just that da 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 da. Okay, and lock that down. Then go into the first half of the riff I showed you. Then go into the second half. And try to put it together, and then do what you can to speed it up. But that might take, honestly, I think this like took me like a month or more to. I mean, I did have to figure it out. I didn't have a tutorial, but it took a long time, and especially that speed. It took a long time to get the speed. You might not be able to get the speed right now because you might not be at that level, but it's okay. Just the most important thing is, it's okay, meaning the most important thing is to play it at a steady pace. You play it steady long enough, it's going to slowly get faster and faster and faster. You can use a metronome too to help you with that. Start at one speed, do that for weeks, go to the next little speed the next week, etc. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave it at that for now, and hopefully that helped. And yeah, let me know if in the comments if you need any more help. Take care. See ya.